So yeah, let's I guess get some fun. And we can clip this on.
Oh, sure. And so Bettermarket Street.
So basically, I work for a small design firm working with ideas, and my boss, Ben Davis, is really passionate about. He grew up here. So,
right.
The city actually came to us to help them design the logo for this whole thing. We're like, you know what? Let's go a little farther. Let's design a website.
I love the idea of it.
Showcase everything going on. So it's basically a video-based website.
Brilliant. Oh.
Great.
Well.
Recording? Got this? Okay. So yeah.
Okay. Well, it is my piece. So what I'll let me explain a little bit of background. So I'm Jeremy Sutton. I'm a local artist, originally from England. And about a week ago, I had the pleasure of being introduced to David Addington, the owner of the Warfield, the moving force behind Proposition D. So he explained, his vision for this part of the city, which I've always thought the architecture here is phenomenal. It's got so much potential. It used to be such an amazing part of the city. And the theaters, the Art Deco theaters, Warfield, Golden Gate, Orpheum. I just pictured being able to do a painting that could in some way sort of encapsulate the energy and vitality which really this whole neighborhood deserves, and bringing people back into the city. So I did some photo shoots in the evening. I did a photo collage, did digital painting, printed it on canvas, worked on it with acrylic paint, and I did all of this in the last few days, and then surprised David. I told David I was working on an artwork. I said, "You're gonna love it," and I brought it along, and we brought it around the corner. David and his wife were coming in this direction, and his face was priceless. He loved it. He said, "Let's put it in the window," and so this is, in a sense, an impromptu, non-official piece of art here. But I love playing with color, and for me, this whole thing is about color and movement and energy. And what I've tried to communicate in my painting is exactly that: music and movement, the sense of milling people, and rather than people coming out of the theater and getting out of here as quick as possible, milling around and, sort of street life, a bit more like Paris and all that sort of thing.
It reminds me of, all the paintings you see people just completely enjoying.
Exactly. And there's no reason why this whole neighborhood shouldn't be like that, because there's, it's really, you couldn't get more central than this. There's so much incredible architecture. Exactly. So I'm really hoping that, this process continues, and that, beyond Proposition D, I just hope that this area becomes revitalized. A few years ago, I was teaching a workshop. I teach digital painting workshops, and I was teaching at the Ramada Plaza Hotel, now the Whitcomb Hotel. And one of my students was from Louisiana, and he came with his wife, and they were staying there. His wife walked down this stretch of the city, Market Street to Union Square, and she was so, put off. She wouldn't go out again on her own. And it was a bit worse. It was about 6 years ago, so it was even worse. But it was just so sad that here, we have this wonderful city, Civic Center, Union Square, and yet connecting the two has been a blight. So I really am doing everything I can to get it rejuvenated.
And you had to applaud, David and the city for taking this opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So anyway, so that's the story of this painting. That's how it came to be created, as supporting, Proposition D and just supporting the neighborhood, really.
Great.
Yeah, and
when we first saw it, I was wondering, I wasn't sure if there was a photo back there or not.
Well, the way I've worked this is it's a mixture of photo collage and paint. And I paint on the computer. So I take my photos, I then work with them in a program called Corel Painter.
Right, yeah.
Using a Wacom tablet, Macintosh computer. And so actually it is literally a mixture of paint, digital paint and traditional paint, and some photo collage all mixed together. So in case you were wondering, there's elements of all of that in it. And I like working, across media.
So do you print it, or what do you do?
Yeah, I print out on canvas.
Okay.
Use a big Epson 44-inch wide printer.
And it gets all the
well, then I start working on it with traditional paints and stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very engaging. Excellent.
Oh, thank you, thank you. In fact, I should introduce. Have you ever met Lou from Lou's Pier 47?
No.
Oh, let me do, because she's the one who introduced me.